Long ago, in a land where the sun painted the earth with golden fire and the moon washed it in silver light, there was a village named Abodo. Abodo was unlike any other village, for it was silent. No laughter of children. No singing of mothers at the grinding stone. No stories told by fireside. Even the birds seemed to have forgotten how to sing above it. The silence began after a great drought. The river that once danced through the village dried up, the crops withered, and the drums, the heartbeat of Abodo, were set aside. People said, "What joy is there to beat the drum when our throats are dry and our stomachs empty?" So they hushed themselves, believing that silence might bring rain. But one drum remained. It was small, carved from Iroko wood and stretched with antelope hide. The elders called it Ekoro Enesu, the talking drum. Unlike other drums, Ekoro Enesu could speak. When played with love and truth, its rhythms carried words understood by every ear. The drum belonged to a young orphan named Adis, whose laughter was once the brightest in Abodo. Though the village had grown silent, Adis would sneak to the forest edge at night and play her drum. She played softly, whispering rhythms into the night. Come, rain, come, joy, come, life. One evening, the wind carried her drumming far, and the spirits of the ancestors heard it. They stirred in the sky and came down as fireflies, glowing around Adis. "Child," they said in voices like rustling leaves, "why do you play when all others are silent?" Adis bowed her head because silence is heavier than hunger. The drum carries hope, and hope must not die. The ancestors smiled and blessed the drum. "Beat it in the heart of your village, and all will awaken." The next morning, Adis carried Ekoro Enesu to the empty square. She struck it once. Boom, the sound rolled across Abodo like thunder. Chickens flapped their wings, goats bleated, and people lifted their heads in surprise. She struck it again. Boom boom, the rhythm spoke. "Rise, people of Abodo. Rise from silence. Rise from sorrow." Children began to clap. Women hummed. Men stamped their feet. The people remembered their voices. They remembered laughter. They remembered that even in drought, a song could quench the soul. And as their voices rose together, clouds gathered above. Rain fell, heavy and sweet, drumming upon the rooftops, drumming upon the earth. The people danced in the storm, their silence washed away. From that day, the talking drum was never kept aside. It reminded the people that silence in sorrow only deepens pain, but song and story keep the spirit alive. And so the elders of Abodo tell this tale. When hardship comes, do not lock away your drum. For the drum is hope, and hope has a voice.